Hi everyone, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. I hope you're well, and if you have some time today, I would love if you journal with me. I'm working on prompts 14 to 17, and this is all part of Junk Journal January put out by Meg at Meg Journals, and I'll link that information below. So yeah, I am gonna do 14 and 15 tickets, tags, and muted first. I also am playing with a lot of old scraps, so I hope you grab whatever supplies you have and can journal a little today too. The first thing is that I'm playing with making my own tickets rather than pulling some ephemera tickets in that are already pre-made. So that's going to be some fun today. And I'm also going to add a tip in because this accordion journal is not enough pages for the entire prompt list. So here and there I'm tacking in an extra page or two. So I'm going to just rip with the ruler a size that will match up for a tip in and add to this section of the journal. So I'm actually starting on the back side. This side, was the end of the first side, so to speak, going through the first pages. And then when you flip an accordion journal over, of course, you start to go back in the other direction. So that's where I am in this process. And again, I've sped up the video a bunch to give you the highlights, so you're aware of that as I keep playing. So how are you? Are you having fun with your journaling? For me, this is the winter season. January is very cold right now, and we're getting more, as I said, I think in the last video, more wild weather and more to come, I think, tonight into tomorrow. So it's going to be a good time to be cozy and at home. Let me say that. All right, so here are a lot of painterly scraps, and most of them are muted with some paint smushing and splatters. So I decided this would be a perfect time to use up all these great scraps, trim them up into tickets and tags. So that is the current plan. That's what I'm thinking about. Those were some watercolor scraps. I really like those. And the ticket that I showed in the opening of the video, I'm going to make into a little bit of a pocket on the left-hand side on that old library card that I have, which is also a pocket for that back ticket. So I think one will fit if I trim it down a little of this painterly page. Good, I like that. And now I'm really just scrapping along here. I have a lot of bits and pieces that I'm thinking to make more of a background. I've used some book page already on the left-hand side, and I thought a mix of these scraps would be great to make even more tags. So this is part of another painterly page, and I just stuck that in on the top left. All right, so I am jumping around here. So moving on this now double page spread that I spent a little time with thinking about and then coming back to, I had actually to take a break, so that's why the video moved on. So coming back in, I took some tracing paper and a brush pen, and I'm thinking about doing that for my lettering in a few minutes. And then I also went back and took a couple minutes to look in my stash for some music paper. And I do have an old songbook that I got at a used bookstore. So I'm going to use that, I think, as part of the border on this right-hand side. I really like that. I think that's pretty cute. So I'm going to just rip that to size, glue that in, and that will be part of prompt 16. So prompt 16, yes, is musical. So again, I think the way this journal time that I've been playing with all of these little bits and pieces is really elements. I know I saw Meg when I think she was doing at Meg Journals the sepia prompt, and she was saying how sometimes it doesn't have to be a full page. And I think in the beginning I was interpreting it more as a full page sort of thing, and now, yeah, I think I'm just sticking to the elements. All right, a bit here and there. Okay, so where was I? Oh my goodness, some days. So I am working on faux calligraphy using more of a modern calligraphy approach here. So a modern script, really just my own handwriting, pretty large. I decided I wanted it to be big today, and I'm sizing it up that it will fit on the page. And now I'm going back. The faux part is that you're not doing it all in calligraphy strokes, but rather you're going back with downstrokes. So yeah, I've sped the video up a tiny bit and showing you samples of that. So more thickening of your lettering, hand lettering on the downstrokes. I like that. It's a little bit big though, so I'm fiddling around with how it's going to fit, and do decide that I'm going to just trim it up. So how are you doing? Are you enjoying your journaling? I don't know what season you're in or what your weather's like, but we are actually bracing ourselves in New England for quite the overnight storms, and it's really cold. I mean, it's at the point you don't want to go outside right now if you can help it. Did all the errands in the morning actually, and now I think I'm going to stay cozy. All right, so a lot of scraps and pieces that I've been playing with and fiddling about with, and now I've decided to make this tag more than just the paint scrap and add, again, I'm using this elements approach on this double page spread to just weave in all of the prompt elements today. So I'm going to add in a book of that music, a bit, not a book. Oh goodness, that is not a book, that is a bit. I love that on it though, it says darling, and I think that's sweet, stapled in the little fabric tab. And then, oops, I ripped the faux calligraphy. And thanks goodness it's an easy fix with some glue stick. I just glued in the Y. Yep, that happens. And now I'm going to do a little bit of journaling, and I will just quickly journal there, speed it up. I love to write in my journals. Are you a person that likes to document as well? Or are you more of an art journaler? I always put a little bit of writing in. So now I'm feeling I need some details to pull this double page spread together. So I'm going to work with a Posca pen, some dictionary pages, and add a few more details now. I think I'm also feeling one less tag. Do you know, I know there's a sentiment that if you're going out wearing jewelry or accessories, you take one thing off and then it works out better. So I'm going to use that mindset and take out one tag, because I was just feeling, I don't know, that page was overstuffed, I guess. So instead I'm going to have one less tag, and then I'm going to put more energy into adding some finishing touches on this tag. So there it is, a few leaf doodles with the paint and a little bit of white gel pen. All right. So now in the home stretch, as I like to say, I am going to put in with some glue stick some of the dictionary pages and little scraps of the music page. And oh yeah, I did add more of a scrap on the top left. Since I moved out that big tag, I decided I would sort of cover up. There was a bit of a menu there, and I didn't like the way it looked on the page, so added that. And now I'm going to just trim up, glue these dictionary pages. Are you a person that uses old books in your journals? I love that. I love adding old book pages to my journals. And oh yes, and this cute squirrel. I think it's so simple, but it was my favorite ticket to make, that little squirrel. Again, just using that 5/8 circle punch. Yep, going right down on the new tip-in. And now for some final details, still muted. I'm going to go in with this light blue Posca pen, and well, it's a paint pen for finishing doodles. I think that should pull in a little more of the page together here and there. So really simple designs, just that leaf design like I did on that tag earlier, and some dots, or I like to do sometimes a little asterisk shape and touch here and there. Well, playing with scraps today was a whole lot of fun. I hope that you are enjoying your journaling, no matter what you like to journal in or what supplies you like to use. And I think this is going to be it for these prompts for Junk Journal January. So thank you to all subscribers. I really appreciate you. And thank you everyone for stopping by my channel. I so appreciate you watching.